Your alarm goes off. You're already late. Your phone lights up with a cascade of emails you should have answered yesterday. The traffic report on the radio is a solid wall of red. And you feel it. Your heart starts beating a little faster. Your breathing gets shallow. Deep inside your body, a silent and ancient process is kicking into high gear. Your blood sugar rises. Your immune system shifts its priorities. Your brain becomes hyper-alert, scanning for threats that aren't a saber-toothed tiger, but a looming deadline. All of this, every single physical change, is orchestrated by one powerful hormone, cortisol. Many people call it the stress hormone, and they're not wrong, but that's only a sliver of the story. Cortisol is more accurately the hormone of survival. It's what helps keep you alive. Without it, you couldn't wake up in the morning. You couldn't respond to danger, regulate your blood pressure, or survive a simple illness. Today, we're shrinking down and taking a journey deep inside the human body to discover how cortisol controls nearly every organ and why the chronic stress of modern life can slowly, silently change your very biology. So what exactly is this master molecule? Cortisol is a steroid hormone, a chemical messenger produced by your adrenal glands. If you picture your kidneys, these two small glands sit right on top, like little caps. They may be small, but they produce some of the most essential hormones for life. But your adrenal glands don't just decide to release cortisol on a whim. The entire process begins, as so many do, in the brain. Think of it as a top-down chain of command. This communication network is called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis for short. It's your body's master stress response system. Here's how it works. Your hypothalamus, a small region at the base of your brain, acts as the command center. When it detects a stressor, it sends a chemical signal to the pituitary gland, the body's master gland. The pituitary then releases its own hormone into the bloodstream, which travels all the way down to those adrenal glands on your kidneys. This final signal is the order: release the cortisol. It's a sophisticated and elegant cascade designed to keep you safe. Let's put the system into action. Imagine you're walking through the woods. It's quiet, peaceful. Suddenly, you hear the sharp crack of a twig breaking just behind you. Before you can even consciously identify the sound, your brain is already reacting. The amygdala, your brain's highly sensitive threat detector, sends an immediate frantic alert to the hypothalamus. The HPA axis, I just mentioned, kicks into gear, but another system gets there even faster. Within a fraction of a second, your body releases a surge of adrenaline. That's the jolt you feel, the racing heart, the instant energy. Adrenaline is the first responder. Cortisol is the strategic backup that arrives moments later. Its job is to sustain the response, to make sure your body has the resources it needs for a prolonged state of high alert. It keeps fuel available, keeps your mind sharp, and modulates inflammation. This 1-2 punch of adrenaline and cortisol is an evolutionary masterpiece, a system perfectly built for survival in a world of immediate physical threats. It's designed to help you either fight the danger or run from it. Now, let's follow a single cortisol molecule on its journey. This is where things get truly fascinating. Unlike many hormones that just knock on a cell's door by binding to receptors on the surface, cortisol has a VIP pass. It's a steroid, so it can slip right through the cell membrane and walk straight inside. Once inside, it binds to a special protein called a glucocorticoid receptor. Think of it like a key fitting into a lock. This new hormone receptor complex then travels into the very command center of the cell, the nucleus. There, it can directly influence your DNA, switching hundreds of genes on or off. By doing this, cortisol can fundamentally change how a cell behaves. It can tell a liver cell to produce more sugar or an immune cell to calm down. It can alter how brain cells communicate. This incredible power to rewrite genetic instructions on the fly is precisely why cortisol has such profound body-wide effects. One hormone, thousands of different instructions, all tailored to the situation at hand. Let's look at one of its primary jobs: managing your energy. When your body senses danger, whether it's a predator or a presentation, it assumes you'll need a lot of fuel. So one of cortisol's main commands is to the liver, release more glucose or sugar into the bloodstream. Simultaneously, it tells other tissues, like your muscles, to be a bit more frugal with that glucose, ensuring that your brain has all the energy it needs to think clearly and react quickly. In the short term, this is a brilliant survival tactic. It's a biological energy drink. But what happens when that stress signal is never turned off? If cortisol remains elevated for months or years, that constant flood of glucose in your bloodstream can become a problem. Your body cells can become less responsive to insulin, the hormone that helps them absorb sugar. This is known as insulin resistance, a condition that can pave the way for more serious metabolic issues. It's a classic example of a system designed for acute emergencies becoming harmful when it's constantly active. Cortisol is also the chief regulator of your immune system. Its main role here is to act as a brake, preventing excessive inflammation. This is incredibly important. Without cortisol, a simple infection could trigger a runaway inflammatory response. In fact, powerful anti-inflammatory medications like prednisone are synthetic drugs that mimic cortisol's effects. But again, it's all about balance. While cortisol is great at tamping down inflammation in the short term, chronic elevation can begin to weaken other parts of the immune response. Wounds might heal more slowly. Your body's ability to fight off certain viruses and bacteria can become less effective. You might find yourself catching more colds when you're under prolonged stress. The immune system is a delicate balancing act. Too little inflammation is a problem, but so is too much. Cortisol walks that tightrope. Now, let's travel back up to the brain, where this whole cascade began. Short bursts of cortisol are great for the brain. They sharpen focus and improve alertness, but chronic stress does something else entirely. It can physically reshape the brain. The amygdala, your fear center, can become more reactive and even grow larger. This can hardwire you for anxiety, making you more likely to perceive threats everywhere. Meanwhile, the hippocampus, the region critical for learning and creating new memories, can be damaged by prolonged cortisol exposure. It may even shrink slightly, making it harder to learn and remember information. And researchers are finding that the prefrontal cortex, the so-called CEO of the brain responsible for planning and decision-making, also functions less effectively under chronic stress. Communication between regions can weaken, making you more impulsive and less focused. So, here's the core issue. Stress itself isn't the enemy. The fight-or-flight response is a gift. The problem is when your body never gets the all-clear signal. The danger never passes. For our ancestors, stress was an encounter with a lion, intense but brief. For us, stress is the mortgage payment, the difficult boss, the 24/7 news cycle, the endless stream of notifications. Our bodies were designed to survive short-term emergencies, not to live in them. When cortisol stays persistently high, it's been associated with a whole host of modern health problems: higher blood pressure, poor sleep, weight gain, especially around the abdomen, insulin resistance, mood changes like anxiety and depression, and an increased risk for cardiovascular disease. Your ancient survival system is running on overdrive, and the machinery is starting to wear down. So, what is cortisol? It is far more than just a stress hormone. It's a master regulator of your entire body: your metabolism, your immune system, your blood pressure, your energy, and your brain. Life is not possible without it. But when stress becomes constant, the very same hormone that evolved to protect you can begin to place a tremendous strain on your body. The remarkable news in all of this is that your stress response is not fixed. It's adaptable. You can support a healthier stress response. Things like regular physical activity, prioritizing consistent sleep, maintaining strong social relationships, practicing mindfulness, and spending time in nature have all been shown to help. The goal isn't to eliminate stress. It's to get better at recovering from it, because recovery is where resilience is built. If you enjoyed this journey through the biology of stress, subscribe to CellWise Health for more science-backed explorations of the human body.